Tottenham Hotspur 3, West Ham United 1. Yes, people, why football, and welcome back to another match review. As always, if you enjoy these type of videos, why football is a place to be, so do me a favour and hit that subscription on my road to 700 subscribers. Let's talk about the match, starting with that, of course. Spurs came out with the victory and they did deserve it. It was an entertaining game. The stats are split screen with me though. Spurs were the better side. I felt like West Ham stuck to their game plan too long in the game of counter-attacking football, and Spurs were really taking advantage. And when West Ham actually went for the game, it was a bit too late. They had a bit of a spell in the second half for about 20-25 minutes, but the game was really Spurs for most of the time. They dominated the tempo, the pace of the game. I thought Bentancur in midfield was absolutely unbelievable for them. What a January signing. Him and Kulikevski, or whatever his name is, has been really good for Spurs in midfield. And Kulikevski, of course, like playing further forward, kind of like just off Kane and Son. It's been a really good signing for them. Them to really revolutionise Spurs' squad. And you can tell they're Conte-type players coming from the Italian league. The type of workhorses, good technically, but also can dribble with the ball, get you out of trouble. Those type of players. Spurs took the lead after what happened to be a pretty like scuffling first 10 minutes. It came through his Kurt Zouma own goal. I actually thought Son scored it at first because Kane crossed it and then Son, I thought he got the touch, but it was actually Kurt Zouma who directed it into his own net. Not to worry though, because West Ham came right back and almost scored from Antonio, who absolutely bullied headband Dyer, but just shy of the post. That would have tied it up. Spurs then went on to score the second goal. Son again at the heart of the action. This time it did take a nick off Kurt Zouma, but it will be awarded as Son's goal this time. Looped over Fabianski and into the back of net, and that made it 2-0. At that point, you're thinking, yeah, Spurs, they're just clinical, man. Like, I don't know where Spurs would be without Harry Kane and Heung-Min Son. Because don't get me wrong, I don't think Spurs are actually a good side. Like, not team-wise, they're not a good team. Like, Arsenal are a better team than them. I'd go as far as saying that probably West Ham are a better team than them. But they've just got individual quality on the pitch. And the two forwards they have, Son and Kane, the highest scoring duo in Premier League history, I believe. And they showed it again today. Literally, they were the reason they came out with the 3 points here. Unbelievable, them two, man. Just the way they link up, get goals for Tottenham. They carry that side at times. And if it's not Kane, it's Son. And if it's not Son, it's Kane. But today it was Son. And scored two unbelievable goals. And almost scored the third one, if it wasn't for Kurt Zouma own goal. But yeah, regardless, Son did get the goals to make it 2-0. But West Ham did strike back. Set piece Achilles heel for Tottenham Hotspur. I believe it was Craig Dawson who headed it on, and then side Ben Ram at the back post scooped it past Lloris in goal to make it 2-1. And then that, going into half time, meant that there was a game on our hands. Because before that, you're thinking Spurs going to run away with it, just pull out of the 2-0. West Ham were tired, especially after Thursday in Europa League. But West Ham were knocking on the door in the second half. Couldn't quite get the breakthrough. The game was drifting with a 1-goal lead, and you're thinking, is West Ham going to get a last-minute goal here to tie it up? But they didn't. It was Son on the other hand who got the goal, put through on goal from literally a goal kick. Like, any coach knows, if you concede from literally one long ball, you've got to have a look at the defenders and midfielders, because what are you doing, man? Spurs, for all the incisive play they tried to play in the game, West Ham, they scored from literally a route one ball from Lloris, flicked on, and then Son was through on goal. And of course, you know him, deadly ice-cold assassin finish past Fabianski to make it 3-1 Tottenham Hotspur and keep the dream alive for them going for top four. But yeah, overall, defo Spurs victory. They deserved it. You can't really say West Ham deserved more than to get anything from this game. Like, they didn't deserve anything more than 0 points, to be honest. It could have been a bit of a banana peel for Spurs, because you know West Ham are a bit of like that side that like to upset the top teams. But they didn't, and Spurs are walking through with the victory. I'm going to transition now to the Premier League table, because let's talk about the race for top four now. I believe this victory from Spurs and this loss for West Ham knocks West Ham out of the running for me. I don't think they're part of it. They could prove me wrong and finish fourth, but for me, they need to put all their eggs into that Europa League basket and try and win the Europa League. They're in a cup run now. Their fans are going to be right behind them in the Europa League. Go through with that, man. Like, you beat Sevilla. Tough game on paper. You got through that. You're into, I believe you're playing Lyon in the next round, West Ham. So go in all on that, because it's going to be a great cup run for you and your fans. Talking about Tottenham now, though. Look, they're still not favourites. Arsenal are favourites, given that Arsenal are 3 points ahead and have a game in hand. But the fixtures favour Spurs. The fixtures for Spurs, I had a look at them before this video. They look really nice, man. Honestly, they've got the Norwiches, the Brentfords to play. Like, there's some good fixtures there. The hardest games Tottenham have got to play is Leicester at home, fairly hard, but then Leicester focusing on the Conference League. Liverpool away, okay, yeah, they're probably going to lose that game, let's not lie. And then Arsenal at home. Those are the tough games for Spurs. Arsenal, on the other hand, although Arsenal are in the pole position to finish top four, they've got to go and play Spurs away. They've got to go and play Chelsea away. They've got to play Man United at home. They've got to go to West Ham away. It's not easy games for Arsenal by any means. Newcastle as well to play away. They're looking to have a bit of resurgence. So although Arsenal are playing the better football, are the better team right now, and are on top, fixtures wise, you never know, man. Especially with the fact nowadays that there's no distractions anymore for any of the teams going for it. West Ham I'm considering out of it. So I'm looking at Arsenal, Tottenham and Manchester United. Every single one of those teams is just fighting for the Premier League now. They've got no FA Cup, Carabao Cup or Europe to fight for. It is all in on the Premier League. It's a three-horse race for that fourth spot. Arsenal are in pole position and are leading it. But now it's whoever can find that consistency. Because you could blame consistency down to having so many different games, pile up of fixtures, squad rotation. There's no more of that excuse anymore because it's just Premier League or bust for all three of those teams. It's about who can stay consistent going the end of the season, who can sustain that run of form. This ain't the time to have a slump. On the basis of current form, you have to give it to Arsenal. You have to. Just the fact that they're playing the nicest football. I reviewed yesterday's game, Arsenal versus Aston Villa, so feel free to check that out on my channel. And I said on there, Arsenal playing really nice football. They definitely look the best team out of those three, Spurs and Man United and Arsenal. Arsenal are the best team right there. They're playing for each other. The problem I have with Arsenal is, where's the match winners in the squad, especially striker? Because Lacazette isn't bagging on a daily basis. I mean, Saka's a match winner, but he's a winger, man. Like, he's a 20-year-old kid. You can't count on him for every game. Partey, he's a great player, unbelievable. But he's a CDM. You're not going to get a match winner from a CDM. Manchester United, Tottenham on the other hand, they're not as good football teams in terms of playing for each other, chemistry, cohesion. But they've got match winners in their squad. Like, I already talked about Son and Kane, absolute match winners. Like, you saw Son today with the ice dagger finished on 2 occasions. Got Spurs out of trouble. Literally, they were in a hole, pulled them out of it. It was a good overall team display, but he got the goals. He was a clinical one. Arsenal yesterday, abundance of chances, potentially more chances than Spurs had today, but they only scored 1 goal because they weren't clinical enough. They haven't got that assassins in their team that Spurs have. Then you've got Manchester United, who I don't necessarily think they do either, but they've got the one man, Cristiano Ronaldo, who is an assassin. Literally single-handedly beat Spurs last weekend with his hat-trick. They've got one of the greatest footballers of all time in their team. That is a match winner. Now, I think if Arsenal had that caliber match winner, they'd be top 4 easy, maybe even pushing top 3. They just lack that type of player, which I think is just holding Arsenal back. I honestly do believe if Arsenal got, in the summer, a top-class striker, and if they get Champions League, there's no doubt they can attract one. They can be fighting for the title right now. Like, they can be in that type of race. I think because the team performance is there. The chemistry is there. The cohesion is there. They just need a bagsman up front and they'll do wonderful things. Spurs and Man United have that bagsman. They just need to sort out the team. But to be fair, to Arsenal's credit, it's much easier to replace a player than fix a whole culture and a whole team. Anyone can go and buy like a striker or a goalkeeper or a centre-back. Like, look at Liverpool a few years back, right? The team was great. Like, the cohesion, chemistry was there. They just lacked the cutting-edge players. What they do, they went and bought the Salahs, they went and bought the Manes, looked better, but it was still lacking like 1 or 2 players, and then they went and bought Alisson and Van Dijk, the 2 positions they need to fill, and it just elevated them from a Champions League team to a title-winning team. Just those 2 positions elevated them, because the culture was there, the foundation was there. It's just they need the 2 positions. Arsenal, I think, are in a similar position to Liverpool, where the culture is there, the cohesion is there. They just need those 1 or 2 positions, the centre mid and the striker, to elevate them. On the other hand, Tottenham and United, I think there's deep-rooted problems in those clubs. Tottenham, the manager, unbelievable manager in Antonio Conte. But the geezer, I don't know if he really wants to stay at Tottenham. Every day he's complaining and saying the players are awful. He's not saying the players are awful, but you know what I mean? Like, they're inconsistent, not picking up results, etc. I think there's an underlying problem at that football club. They've got the players in Kane and Son that can get the goals. They don't have the foundation in the club. And then United, they've got more problems than the British government, it seems. Like, they cannot sort out anything at that football club. So I don't know where Manchester United are going to be going in terms of recruitment, manager, anything. There's so many problems at that football club. If they get top 4, it will be the definition of papering over the cracks. Because they do not deserve it, Manchester United getting top 4. And I think in the long run, it will be better if they don't get top 4. Because if they don't get top 4, it's a reset for the club, Manchester United. They need to reset. They need to do what Arsenal did, where Arsenal last couple of seasons have finished 8th. Out of Europe now. And what that means is you just hit the reset button and you go again. Just go again from the get-go, out of Europe, everything. Spend more time on the training pitch. Get a right manager in place, whether it's a young one, old one, whoever it is, get the right manager in place. Back him, put your faith in him, make sure all the players are on board with him, and start from zero and build up. Because make no mistake about it, Arsenal only playing Premier League, aka no Europe, means they've had more time on the training grounds. So what you're seeing Arsenal performing in these last few weeks, that would have been drilled into them from the start of this season and end of last season. Make no mistake about it. That would have been drilled in from 8-9 weeks ago. But you're only starting to really see the effects of it now. And I think that's what Manchester United need. They need someone to come in, maybe miss out on the Champions League, maybe even miss out on the Europa League if you want to. You can go a season without those two competitions, definitely. Get someone in, a young manager, a hungry manager, that is going to tell these players, this is my system. If you're not on board, get out of my club. This is what we're going to do. We're going to play this style. I want you being there. I want you pressing there, and give them something to feed off, because there's a lot of egos in Manchester United and they need to sort that out. Let's go back to Tottenham though. I'm going to end this video on them since they did play today and they did win. Although Arsenal are favourites, I'm going to end by saying Tottenham, they're dark horses. They are definitely dark horses. The fixtures are very good for them. Very favourable fixtures compared to the other two clubs. They just need to keep their head down and need to pick up points and stop being inconsistent. And they will finish top 4. Because there's no way Arsenal will pick up every single point ending the season. They're going away to Chelsea. They're going away to Tottenham. That's tough games for Arsenal. Spurs just need to focus on winning the games they're meant to win. Like today against West Ham. Potential banana peel. They got the result. Especially considering Arsenal won yesterday as well. This top 4 race is not over. No matter how many people are saying Arsenal's to lose, Arsenal's to lose. Yeah, points-wise it's Arsenal's to lose. But it's a 38-game season. There's still 10 games left for Arsenal and 9 games left for Tottenham. It's all to play for. And I'm looking forward to it. As always, if you enjoy football, why football is the place to be. I do a lot of match reviews and just general football videos. I'll be covering all the games towards the end of the season, in particular Arsenal, Tottenham, Manchester United ones, as the top 4 race heats up. If you guys enjoyed, please consider subscribing on my road to 700 and drop a like down below so this video gets out to more people. I've been Why Football and I'll catch you guys in the next video.